With the upcoming launch of Out of Hand Tarot, which is a companion deck to Pocket of Peers, I thought it would be really neat to revisit the study from Pocket of Peers. Now, the study is the bonus card, the extra card that we were able to add to the deck through the last Kickstarter campaign. And I can't believe that I haven't made a casting board before now. So I remedied that. It comes in two different versions. We've got the daily casting spread, which is one that if you're familiar with me and my world, this is basically my go-to spread. This is the one I've taught at a couple conferences. I will be going over it at Newt's in October, which is the Northwest Tarot Symposium. But this is basically my 3-card spread, even though there's a lot more than 3 cards. But so I created the study as a backdrop, placing this spread on top of it, but I also created this board, which we're going to use for this demonstration. I just wanted to show you both. In this study, we have the 3 cards, and then the spaces for tiles and circles for, it could be tiles, crystals, runes. With our casting boards, I like to invite you into this proverbial playground, right? So it's almost like a pre-cast space. A lot of times when people do card draws, they like to light some candles, set the altar. I would love to say that that's the kind of person I am, but I'm not. So when I reach for a casting board, what that means to me is I'm going into the study. It's already set up. I don't have to do the ritual because the ritual is pre-cast, right? So with this board, I would say it's kind of like entering this library space, entering the study. So I know that it's going to be something that's kind of calm and quiet. Maybe we're going to be deep diving into something that I need to take a closer look at. You know, like, why do you go? You go there for research. The study invites us to go deeper within our practice. So this board kind of does that. With the launch of the upcoming launch of Out of Hand Tarot, I felt that this was the perfect opportunity to see how these 2 decks integrate. I'm not completely finished yet, but basically Out of Hand Tarot is a companion deck to Pocket of Peers, taking the hand cards and creating a whole universe of that. So as you can see, the Ace of Wands is the same that's in Pocket of Peers, but then each card now has been revisited. So all the aces are the same, but the other cards have all been drawn. So let's just get to it, shall we? So I think it'll be neat. We'll do, in the center here, we will do a single card from Pocket of Peers. And just so you know, Out of Hand will have the same yellow and the same backs because I want you to be able to interchange the decks as you see fit. So maybe there's some peers that you don't really vibe with that you would rather replace with, you know, a hand card or vice versa, and you can create your own deck out of it, which is going to be a really exciting part of this campaign. And I'm looking forward to that. But you can also use them side by side and create, you know, some pretty conversational spreads. So we have the Hanged One in the middle here. And then, you know, I know that we're not playing with a full deck, and I like to joke around about that, like, are we ever, right? So what might show up next to the Hanged One? So the Hanged One also invites us into that study because it's like an intentional pause, right? So it fits to be this center card. And then we've got the Chariot and the King of Swords right there. So just put that like that. Right off the bat, excuse me, right off the bat, I see that we are here in this place to study maybe where we've come from in order to see what truths we've learned, what it is that we really are standing in, our integrity, you know, like just reevaluating our words and our actions, right? Coming together for that. And it's like a really big focal place to bring yourself into this intentional place to be in action and observe our thoughts. And part of my tarot casting is I like to add Lenormand. So that's why a lot of my boards, you'll see these spaces. And the circles here, like I said, they can be for, we do have circle oracle tiles, but they could also be like just space savers for crystals, for runes, for whatever you have on hand and you want to implement in your practice. Charms always work really well. Anything, you know. But in this case, since I have the tiles, I'm going to be using them in here and here. So it's kind of above and below energy. And we've got mice, lady, and whip, and child, scythe, and stork. Okay. So the hanged one here with these, and then the chariot and the king of swords all together, you know, they're kind of telling this story. And the above influences is talking about somebody who has troubles that just keep coming back and forth. Like maybe this is why we are in this place of chosen, you know, solitude, is just because we need to examine if the problems are real or if they're just kind of where we keep reimagining them. The undercurrent is talking about those new opportunities that probably either came in really quick or they came in quick but then moved away from us. You know, like sometimes when that happens, we have to cut away some of those things. Like I think about plants that sprout and pruning out the leaves that really don't add to the potential growth for that plant. So the undercurrent is looking at what we might need to pare away from these new things that are coming into our life in order to be able to find that promotion to move forward. With the chariot and the king of swords and the hanged one as that 3-card center, you know, kind of bouncing off. Like when I read these, I usually do them kind of as a Lenormand spread. So we've got the hanged one looking at the path that they've taken to get here, like that drive, like maybe this project doesn't need that same type of motivation, whereas it's more about our truths. It's more about, you know, what it is we've come to groom ourselves into being in this space of knowing our word, knowing who we are, and being able to go forward with that momentum. What I love about this King of Swords card is in Out of Hand Tarot, it's the only card of the swords that doesn't focus on just the pen. It's more bringing the sharp object back into the hands of the querent or whoever it is. If this is you in the card, or you the person in the barber seat, or you the one helping, you know, cut away the hair. And I think about with each strand of hair that gets cut, we are lighter, and we speak with our barbers and we speak with our practitioners, and we leave that space feeling better, right? So we go into a barber/beauty shop in order to transform just a little bit, and we talk to these people. And, you know, this is why I chose that as that King of Swords. So it's kind of like, what are our words that we're sharing, and what are the secrets that are being kept, right? So this is a way that I like to use these boards, and I just wanted to show this demonstration, and it is by no means a reading. I mean, I guess you can take it as a reading if you want to, but it's just to show you how I use them. And I welcome you into the study. You can see a little bit from this with the placements on how you might use some of our other boards, but I will do other videos. If you have an interest in them, just let me know. And again, I will put all of the ways to find this stuff in the comments so that you're not like, where can I get these things? But I thank you for being part of my creative world, and welcome to tarot casting.